whoever wants to answer. Just the excitement level of being able to host Daley and Colby 3 years in a row. Only here last year, but getting to play this year. Just excitement level of hosting NCAA tournaments in Eugene.
Yeah, I think it just kind of just speaks volumes to like how far we've come this season. Like we obviously started with almost a completely different team, and like we've just come so far together, and it's just a really special moment for us, and it's so fun to host. So we're very excited.
Oh, sorry.
I was just saying that this was a goal of ours for the season, so it feels really good and really rewarding to have the ability to host.
Comparing to the last couple of years, given the newness of this group, but also the fact that some of the new faces are veterans, did this feel any more or less likely of being able to achieve this goal compared to the last couple of years?
It felt like we definitely could do it. There just was the, I guess, uncertainty at the beginning of the season. A lot of people, we didn't know how to play with each other yet, and we had a lot of things to work out. But towards the end, it definitely felt like this was something that we were totally able to accomplish, and I'm really happy we did.
Only for you specifically, obviously, being able to get on the court and obviously having this be a goal to be able to host, round of 64, round of 32. Just what has this season kind of meant to you, and what does it mean to you to kind of be in this moment, for your career?
I genuinely never thought I would be able to like experience something like this. So. I just love this team so much, and I'm just genuinely so grateful to be here, and no matter what happens, I'm just so honored to be a part of this program and a part of this team, and yeah, we've completely like overpassed my expectations, and I hope that we can do it more. The longest last season of my career.
Can you just talk about what's made this team so special in your eyes? Just the little moments and stuff like that have just led up to this point for you.
Well, I think one thing that has just been big for us is just like, we are a new team than we were last year. And I know there's like some expectations that we have for ourselves, but it doesn't always necessarily feel like people on the outside have like similar expectations for us. And like seeing in selection shows, seeing that we're hosting is just like, it kind of just is like, we do deserve like a spot in this tournament, and we do want to see ourselves go far, and it felt like it was coming together, what we had been expecting for ourselves all season and like what's actually like coming into fruition. So we want to go as far as we can, and like it feels like things are like coming together as a team, like how we play together. And yeah, so it just all feels like a dream a little bit for me.
Piggybacking off that a little bit, do you feel like you guys have been looked down on as more of an underdog a little bit this season because of the expectations you set and the expectations maybe the media that have set on you? And do you feel like you're maybe coming to this tournament with a little bit of your chip on your shoulder to kind of prove that you guys are more than what maybe the national media expected you guys to be this season?
I think like naturally we would want to prove ourselves, but we've learned that it doesn't necessarily matter what people think about us, and it's just about what we think about ourselves. And we think that we are a good team, and I think that is what would carry us over more than trying to prove people wrong.
Yeah, I think it's also more of we want to prove it to ourselves. We have had a ton of really good moments this season, but we just feel like we have more potential that we haven't tapped into yet. And we're really excited, and we are working really hard to be super intentional and try to, I guess, open that up and really see what we can do in this tournament.
To that point, if I could follow up on that, like Matt was saying, this team might have a higher ceiling than some others, but yeah, the floors sometimes felt a little lower too, as you search for consistency. Mm-hmm. Time's a wasting here. Is there excitement that you still have so much more potential to draw out of yourselves, but maybe also some urgency knowing that if you don't do it now, there might not be a tomorrow?
Yeah, it's kind of like, why did we wait this long? But also, it's super exciting that we have the time still. It's not too late yet. It's starting now. And as long as we can really get into that from point one, then we can see how far we can go. And I think if we can accomplish that, we'll surprise ourselves.
Daley, for you, obviously, both you and Colby have been several years now. Can you just kind of speak about the importance of having these first 2 matches at home and just what it means to have this opportunity to have the Oregon crowd here to cheer you guys on and potentially push you guys forward?
I honestly could. I'm gonna like. Oh.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Just like, I couldn't imagine this playing out better. Like I've just been like super proud of like the work we have put into and the challenges we've embraced as a team. Like challenges come our way, like we come together and like we're stronger because of our challenges. And like these other teams, like they literally have known each other for like about 3 years. We just met each other this summer. And so it's crazy like how I'm just really proud of like how we've acknowledged like, okay, like there's some growth like to be made. Let's work on it. And this is what we've got out of it. And so it's just like for me personally, it's just like obviously so special. And for the team, like I couldn't have drawn it up better. So now it's just, sorry, go ahead.
You finish, sorry.
No, you're good. Now it's just like what we can do with this week and the next
Is there
week.
an area of growth that you guys feel like you guys have excelled in over the last several weeks, several months that you feel like at the start of the season maybe you weren't too sure about, but you feel like you really accomplished that at the end of the season heading to this tournament?
Mm-hmm. I think just like kind of like all of our buy-in at the same time. And honestly, like we work really hard off the court to like work on our like connections, whether that's setting, whether that's passing, whether that's just like different little details that like play into practice and games. Like we've just kind of dialed that in. So that's been really good for us.
For you personally, having missed some time, I don't know if there was ever a concern that you might not be back by now. Just to be
There was.
Okay, so just to be back and be able to participate at this point, just how much of a relief or whatever else is that for you personally?
It makes me want to cry, honestly. I won't cry. No, there was like a time that I like thought I like wasn't gonna come back, and like it's crazy because I did the same thing on my other knee, and when that happened, like so I know what this recovery looks like, and so I kind of just like was like, okay, I'm gonna kill this recovery so I can go out on the court and play with my teammates for the rest of my year. Like I've tried to like not think about like, okay, my career's over. Oh my gosh. Like I've tried to like look forward and like I'm here now and like I've put in the work and like I'm back on the court with my teammates and it like makes me so happy. Like, yeah, no idea. Like you have no idea like how, yeah, that like first practice I came back, I was in such a like a more better mood. It was crazy. So I'm very happy to be back.
Michelle, for you, or no, not Michelle, sorry, Oni, I don't know why I said Michelle, I'm sorry about that, it's early in the morning. For you, obviously, your teammates behind you obviously have played in some big time moments in the NCAA tournament in Louisville and Wisconsin, but for you to be a part of the Big Ten this season and experience that yourself, how do you feel like that's kind of helped you as a player get to experience those big time moments and the team itself for when potentially you guys get to that point down this road in this tournament?
I think like even if you look at the Big Ten right now, that's like all the teams in the tournament. So it's prepared us because that's who we're gonna play. But yeah, I think that was like put us in the mindset of like, we had goals like what we wanted to do each team we were playing, but like that is genuinely some of the best preparation we can get for like these intense matches where every game is win or you're done. So it's like I feel like playing in the Big Ten has definitely prepared us to experience what that pressure is like in game and also just the intensity that we want to play at.
A couple of those 5-setters the last couple of weeks. I mean, Coach was talking about you need to have that killer instinct to win those matches and hopefully kind of channel those results the right way so that you can win matches like that if they come down to it. How do you feel like everybody's mindset has been the last couple of weeks in terms of probably, being frustrated with those results, but being able to say, okay, what did we learn from that? How do we fix it next time if it comes down to that?
Yeah, I think essentially all of those 5-setters have been like 2 points here, like, and that's the game. And I think preferably we'd want to learn from a win, but we're learning, like we learn from those losses and like we have a lot of conversations with team conversations. We practice a lot of those plays that we have like slacked off or, points we lost. And I think, yeah, like I said, preferably we'd want to learn from a win, but we learn a lot from those games, those really tight games. And even from games where we sweep or it's not even as intense, we take a lot of lessons and learn from every match we play.
Yeah, and one of the biggest lessons that we've learned with these is that in order to win, you just have to do whatever it takes. Matt probably touched on this of it just takes 2 points to win at the end of the day. And where those 2 points come from, you don't know, so you can't take plays off. And that's something we've really been practicing because there have been, games and sets where we've taken those points off and it's cost us. So really channeling in that mindset, understanding that it doesn't have to be pretty as long as we keep going, has been a huge lesson that we're hoping to really showcase in the tournament while we play.
When you was talking about trying to thrive in those moments and the kind of attitude, character you need to look for, it was hard not to think about like a Brooke Nunneville. It was like, okay, that's kind of the attitude you want in those moments. Do you, not that you guys have a Brooke, but like, is there somebody or multiple people who kind of try to draw that out in kind of a similar way that you feel like you guys will be able to lean on or that will show leadership in those moments?
I think we have a ton of people who are very capable of doing so, and a ton of different people do it at different times, which is honestly really cool. There have been moments where momentum's been bad and then Oni gets a great kill or a great block, and that's the momentum we need. I've seen it with Michelle, I've seen it with Mia, I've seen it with Daley and Kenzie in the back row or on service runs, Maya on service runs. I've seen it with Mia when she goes in, her getting great kills and great blocks, and I just feel really happy and honored that I'm on a team where so many people are able to impact the game in that way, and it just feels really cool.
Daley, can you talk about Oni's energy on the field, just a little bit about what that brings? Because it feels like every time she's just smiling off and kill, just what it's like to see it now, how that impacts you not only on the board, but just in general when you get to practice.
No, I mean, you've watched Oni hit and like literally do everything on the court. Like it fires us up as much as everyone else.
Everyone in the back row.
Yeah, literally. But she's everywhere, and you can just like see her work ethic and how much she's like putting herself out there and like trying to fire us all up. And so we need to give that back to her. And so it's just really great to have out there.
The emotions that she just showed talking about what this opportunity means to her. I'm sure this is not the first time you've gotten a sense of how meaningful this is. But so for you guys who've kind of been here, what does it mean to know that you've helped other teammates get to this stage? And again, probably a little pressure to kind of want to let them enjoy it as much as possible. You guys know what it takes to get to next week. So what are you going to try to impart? How much are you going to enjoy experiencing that with teammates who maybe have it, but what are you going to try to impart too about what it takes to advance?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Sorry.
Oh,
I totally cut you off. I think kind of just taking every moment as what it is. Like we just need to play some volleyball. Like we love volleyball. We're here for a reason. We're here to get better. But we're here because we love it and we love each other so much. Like we care for each other so much. And so kind of just taking every moment as what it is. I know that's very broad, but like just this is our last year. This is it. And so literally just like doing the most with every situation is all we can do. So
when you achieve at a high level, you're constantly trying to strike that balance between how do you enjoy the ride while also not getting caught up in it and staying focused toward the future. So like, have you learned, Colby, like is there a right balance to strike in that regard at this point in the season?
Yeah, I definitely think it's just about, it sounds cheesy, but genuinely just having fun. If you're not having fun out there, you're probably not going to win. And, just going off of, again, what this team means to me, this team especially, I look around at my teammates every day and I'm reminded of why I love volleyball in the first place. And I truly, genuinely mean that. Like, just my relationship with everybody, it's incredible. And so no matter what happens, I just am really honored to be a part of this team. And I'm super excited to just experience every day with everyone. And I think that gratitude is, everybody on our team has that gratitude. You can feel it every day when we're in the gym, just how happy people are to be around each other. And I think that is, we don't want that to end. And that's a huge driving factor for the tournament moving forward is we want to keep doing this. We want to keep being a team together because, once it's over, and Moni's going to get out of here and
The NCAA won't give me any more years.
yeah. So I think that just the enjoyment and the gratitude are super impactful.